Hi everybody, it's Julia here, and I'm starting a new book journal today to start documenting this book. Ta-da! In English, I think it's called City Baker's Guide to Country Living. Yeah, I think that's right. So this book is written by Louise Miller, and it takes place in Boston and Vermont. And we follow this woman. Her name is Olivia, and she is a baker or a pastry chef. I don't know the difference. She is very talented, however, and she also colors her hair in very different colors. Uh, I mean, they talk about it in the book, so I feel like I should mention it. Um, yeah, so the book follows her, and it starts with her sort of running away from Boston. It's been a bit of a bad time. She had an affair with a married man, which is not good. And then she sort of burnt down the club or restaurant where she worked. I'm pretty sure it was an accident. So she sort of drives off to her friend who lives in Vermont. And somehow, when she's there, she gets an interview from to start working at an inn, and she said like, I'm not going to work there, I don't want to, but then she ends up taking the job, and starts working there. And it turns out that all the other pastry chefs there is work there, or uh, yeah uh, all they really supposed to do is win a apple pie contest in July. um, is apparently a big thing. So anyway, the book starts in, I think, about July, and then we follow her for a year. And well, I say a year, a bit like half of the book is from, like, I don't know, September to December or something, and then there's sort of very small pieces of small pieces from the other month leading up to July. And yeah, so I mean, it's a sweet book. Haha, sweet. But yeah, it's a sweet book. It is funny at times. Um, and you mean, if you like pretty scenery, in books, it's a really sweet book. I mean, you know it's going to happen. She's going to move there. There's going to be a lot of issues. She's going to meet a boy, and it's not going to work out. But then all the issues are sort of going to go away, and she's going to fall in love with the boy. You know, that's how it is. And usually I don't read that so many of those kind of books when it's so obvious what's going to happen. Um, well, I mean, some books I do read like that, but um, this one was very obviously from the beginning how it's going to end. And I like to be surprised when I read. I like to have, like, when I start a book, I'm like, oh, this is going to happen, and I like to be challenged. And even though it's going to end up in the way I think, I want to be challenged throughout the way. Like, oh, that did happen, but I didn't expect it to happen that way. I think that's what I'm meaning. But yeah, here was like, it was fun, it was cute, it was heartwarming, but it's sort of boring a bit. I think it is. You know what? This book is McDonald's. This book is what you crave. You think it's going to be so pretty, it's going to be so lovely, uh, and then you like actually eat it or read it, and it goes down really quickly. It's super easy to eat, uh, but then you're sort of like feeling a bit empty afterwards. Like, it's nothing really, um, and then you're just as hungry after. Yeah, I had McDonald's the other day, so I don't usually eat McDonald's, so I felt like that was a really good reference. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I mean, it was a sweet book. It has some sweet moments. I mean, I could relate partly to it. I mean, she had a cute dog. I have a cute dog. She likes to bake. I like to bake. But yeah. So that was about it. So yeah, I recommend this book if you like to read something very light-hearted, something that is easy to read pretty quickly. because I feel like even though all of it said, I think there was boring and like hadn't much like a depth to it and everything. But sometimes I think it's really good to read these kind of books, especially if you have a hard time reading, or you haven't gotten into it and you feel like there's like mind block, hard to read. I get that so often. I think it's really nice to read like really easy books where you don't have to think a lot, you just follow along, you just turn the pages, and that gets you in the mood to read more. And yeah, so I think the books are good for that. And if you like just love books that takes place in a kitchen, then this is for you. But yeah, that is my thoughts on this book. I hope you have liked the process video, and if you want to see more, just hit subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.